original for purpose of pasting on the door of the polling station before he leaves the polling station. So that is the agreement we have reached, and I just want to thank the team for coming to a consensus. And as a commission, we are working and hard to ensure that the country gets a free, fair, and credible election. And I also want to thank the candidates across the country for all the 6 elective positions. I want to thank them for conducting themselves in a civil manner. I know there have been a few incidents here and there, but there's nothing major. And let me appeal on behalf of the Commission that please continue maintaining peace, and let's have a peaceful election come the 9th of August. So that is our result of our deliberation this afternoon, and I want to thank you. Yes, sorry. There was also an issue on 34B. Now, 34B is managed at the constituency by the returning officer, who then is in charge of that constituency. Now, there was an issue that it has not been printed. Now, we want to state that 34B is being printed and will be delivered to the country together with the other ballot materials remaining, and that then will be sent direct to the constituency tallying centers or the constituency returning officer. That 4B was not meant to be packaged together with that 4A because it's meant to be used by the returning officer. So that's why it has not come, but it will be coming with the rest of the ballot materials. The Commission continues to receive ballot papers for presidential election, and the last batch is expected on or before the 3rd of August. So that is the position of that 4B. So there should be no concern around Form 34B. Thank you.
Right, that is Ofile Jipukati right there in Bomas, updating you on all the political updates. Now to the political homestretch of the campaigns, and Deputy President William Ruto has urged Nandi residents to vote in leaders who can relate to the problems they are facing. According to Ruto, Kenyans will be safer in his hands, urging them to vote for him in the August polls. Listen in.
Mkapigia kura bara Makali hapo mtume hapa. Nione watu kupigia Makali wanapigia Makali. Na niambie Makali akichukua huyo wa Mnyinyi akimweka kwa wheelbarrow, kwanza mpitishie kwa kinyozi, anyolewe ndevu na nywele, akuwe smart, ndio kwa wheelbarrow akwende mbele. Kwa haya machache mkifikiria hii kura ya gavana ni kufua ama yule mwingine wa story? Ni kufua ama yule wa story? Nione kura ya kufua, kura ya usaka. Asanteni sana, Mungu awabariki.
Asante sana, niweze kumuita ndugu John Makali pia aje aseme machache. Arambe! Kenya kwanza! Arambe! Kenya kwanza! Nasema kazi ni kazi. Arambe! Kazi ni kazi. Wangapi wako hapo karibisha president wa 5? Muko tayari? Wangapi wanakaribisha rais wa 5 hapa? Watu wangu wa Kandui, muko chonjo? Tarehe tuko tayari kupeleka mzee wa madamu nyumbani, tuupitie kwa kinyozi, anaweka mbalago kahawa, ili sisi nazo tupia tukuwe na shule mzuri. Zini kweli? Tukuwe pia na basari mzuri. Zini kweli? Tumtapigia Makali kura, tutapigia William Samoei kura. Wangapi watapigia Ruto kura? Wangapi watapigia Papa wa Roma? Wangapi watapigia Zaleta Wetangula? Wangapi watapigia Kufala? Wangapi watapigia Kufala? Wangapi watapigia mimi? Wangapi watapigia Kenya kwanza? Jamani, wacha niambie watu wenu, miaka 25 katika bunge, hakuna shule ya gorofa hapa. Iko shule ya gorofa kweli hapa? Mnataka tengeze shule zetu, tuweke pesa mfukoni? Siri iko hapa, serikali iko hapa, tuko tayari. Hebu pigeni makofi. Asante, asante. Asante, niweze kumuita Mheshimiwa Majimbo Kalasinga aje. Ulembe saa, ulembe mia, nitoe onyo, nitoe nini? Wewe Raila Odinga ulikuja Bungoma, ukatuambia shame on us. Nataka tukuambie leo, shame on you, shame on you. Jambo la mwisho, nataka kuambia serikali ikiongozwa na rais ambaye sasa hivi amekuwa Nairobi, kwamba umechukua machiefs, umechukua DC, umechukua madio na village elders, ukachukua pesa kupitia kwa mtu anaitwa Kibiju, ukapea chief ndio kuja haribu uchaguzi huu. Nataka nikupatie honyo, hiyo pesa yote ambayo umetoa ukapea chief, wapea wananchi hao kule. Wasipopeana pesa tarehe 9 mwezi wa 8 watapata kibao cha mtema kuni. Mwisho, wewe mzee wa kitendawili, hii ndio saini yako ya kukataa uchaguzi. Wewe juzi ulisema ukapeleka karatasi kwa IBC. Sasa unaanza kusumua form 3, form 4.
Right, and that is the live pictures from Bungoma County, where the Kenya Kwanza come to stand, obviously, for their home stretch of the campaigns with just 10 days to go. Let's cross over to some more politics. And Agano Party presidential candidate David Mwaure Wahiga today took his campaigns to Meru and Tharaka Nithi counties, where he urged residents to vote for him in the August polls. Mwaure has vowed to include Kenyans in the day-to-day running of his government if elected president. He was accompanied by his running mate Ruth Musheru.
Wa mama raundi nimekuja kuwakilisha, na tunajua vizuri sensa zile imefanywa juzi, wanawake ni 27 million, slightly over half of Kenyan population ni wanawake. Kwa hivyo Agano Party naona pia tupatie wanawake sauti kwa gava, ama ni aje? Kwa hivyo nakuja kurepresent wanawake waweze kuwa na sauti, waweze kupata properties, tupate pia title deeds, tuweze kupata makazi na mabiashara. Wanarika mkoba, wanarika pia na kuja kuwakilisha.
Sisi tumesema pia counties tutaipea 40%, wacha hii 35 ya BBI, na kutasema hiyo 40% kwa sababu wacha nitumbe mfano, hiyo matrilioni yetu ikirudi na hiyo ingine tukifunga mifereji, si tutakuwa na pesa ya kufanyisha biashara? This nation is not poor, ama namna gani? Leo waliniona mimi nakuja Meru, wakaenda kuita mkutano saa 5, na mnaona watu wana magazeti na wananchi walikuwa naongoa tuende huku. Na unajua hawa watu ndio walikuwa huko wakati tulipata tabu 2007, si ndio?
And now to Machakos County, where Azimio presidential candidate Raila Odinga has taken his campaigns to Machakos County. Raila, who is accompanied by Wiper leader Kalonzo Musyoka, Makueni Governor Kivutha Kibwana, and Kotu Secretary General Francis Atwoli, among other leaders, earlier met the members of the clergy in Machakos County.
I've seen a letter from, they call them the Atheist Society. Yani wale hawaamini Mungu kabisa. Hata shetani nadhani hawaamini. There's a society called the Atheist Society. And you can see this is a doctored document, complete with a clip, which is meant to influence the feelings of believers. I never shy away from saying I'm a follower of Jesus Christ of Nazareth. I am a follower. And remember, as I'm saying, the Bible says, can anything good come from Nazareth? I am a follower. I'm not afraid of the gospel of Jesus Christ. And I know my brother is a believer. But I want him today to set this record straight once and for all. Once and for all. Because when it talks about colonial history, it is a fact that the Anglican Church, for example, was a preferred church. It was a Queen's Church. But people have gone and they put together, and not in, I'm sure he's going to speak, addressing an audience, constituting our Muslim brothers and sisters. And we are all Kenyans, and we respect their place under the Constitution. We respect their place. But if anybody has misunderstood my brother Raila Odinga, I'll tell you something, my brother, I've never told you. As a believer, I can stand in the gap. I stand in the gap and apologize to any Christian who feels offended by that clip.
Elsewhere, President Uhuru Kenyatta has officially opened the Kenya Army Band Headquarters and Defence Forces School of Music in Lang'ata, where he also presided over the Trooping of Colours ceremony to hand over the military flag to the 21st Battalion. This comes just 10 days before the next general elections.
Afisa atakayebeba bendera ya rais ya kikosi kuweza.
So today I conclude by congratulating the Kenya Defence Forces Band and once again congratulating the 21st Infantry Battalion of the Kenyan Army. We wish you Godspeed as you execute your duties, and you can count on our prayers and support.
Basi niombe.
Right now to some education matters. Teaching was paralyzed at Kangura Primary School in Mwea constituency, Kirinyaga County, for the better part of the day after angry parents stormed the school, demanding for the removal of the head teacher and the board of management. The angry parents accused the head teacher of frequently sending the pupils home to collect remedial fees. The parents have also protested the continued deterioration of education standards at the school. They claim they have been asked to pay 600 Kenyan shillings as CBC tuition fees, welfare and activity fees. This comes even after Education Cabinet Secretary Professor George Magoha cautioned school heads against sending learners home for fees.
Hizi mzigo wetu ni CBC tuition, welfare, activity na hii mikutano ya kila saa unaituita mkutano, na tukikunja bandara ya tupange mkutano wa mwaka mzima. Sisi tunapengwa hii, tunaambiwa class 7 kujeni, class 6 kujeni, mbondi sasa na wao wameshikana.
Performance yetu ilikuanga juu, lakini sasa imerudi chini kabisa. Kabisa. Kama saizi juzi kulikuanga na michezo. Mwalimu ametoa, mzazi ametoa activity, lakini mtoto akulangi hata hiyo nini pesa za activity, na anatoa pesa lakini usipompatia anafukuzwa.
Kila saa watoto wako nyumbani, kila saa wako kwa barabara. Hiyo mambo tumesema isima. Na hiyo mambo ya welfare imeachwa hapa Kangule tu. Na tuition ni hapa Kangule. Hiyo maneno tumesema isima. Hii kitu inatoadhiri, hakuna wakati ya ile masaa ya kusoma. Watoto wanakaa kwa barabara kila siku. Kila siku watoto wako kwa barabara.
Right, on that note, we take a short break. Keep it interactive on our socials at TV47KE on Facebook and Twitter. See you in a bit.
Despite being visually impaired, he is a jack of all trades. It is our quest to find answers on how to take care of children with special needs and those with disability. You do not need to see musical notes to understand music, but rather to have your soul feel the vibe.
Actually, for us to make a wheelchair, we have to take measurements of the user.
After doing my assessment, I get to know the parent. I get to know the heaviness she's carrying.
Disability comes at different stages of life.
How well do you know what's happening around you? Morning Cafe with heated political debates. Baraza la Siasa.
Hiyo kitu azungumzie, angalie hali ya maisha ya watu.
Informative health discussions. Business, farming. Tasty Wednesday, Fitness Thursday, and Feel Good Friday with amazing DJs, celebs,
waimbaji, kuna comedians, alafu kuna wajinga.
and music bands. Every Monday to Friday from 6 a.m. to 9 a.m.
And make it a city.
Despite being visually impaired, he is a jack of all trades. It is our quest to find answers on how to take care of children with special needs and those with disability. You do not need to see musical notes to understand music, but rather to have your soul feel the vibe.
Actually, for us to make a wheelchair, we have to take measurements of the user.
After doing my assessment, I get to know the parent. I get to know the heaviness she's carrying.
Disability comes at different stages of life.
How well do you know what's happening around you? Morning Cafe with heated political debates. Baraza la Siasa.
Right, thank you for staying with us right here at TV47 News Updates. Let's continue informing you what is happening in the country. An non-governmental organization, Save the Children, has launched an ambitious strategy targeting more than 1 million marginalized and vulnerable children in the country in the next 3 years. The 3-year goal plan directly contributes to Save the Children's global strategy and builds on to the organization's 2030 ambition of ensuring children survive, learn, and are protected, and majorly focuses on health and nutrition, education, technical skills for youth and adolescents, and the humanitarian situation. It highlights 4 strategic goals that it will be focusing on in the next 3 years. Among them, access to safe and quality education and improved well-being for youth and adolescents, among others. Speaking during the launch of the strategy, Save the Children Country Director Yvonne Arunga said the strategy focuses on the most marginalized and vulnerable children.
For others to do the same. Our vision is to see more children survive, enjoy protection, for them to develop and participate.
Children face various challenges, and these include physical, emotional, sexual abuse, parental neglect, child labor, and exploitation. So child protection calls for a multi-sectorial and multidisciplinary approach to prevent and to respond to ills committed against children.
The safety of the learners is very central. But due to these disasters or emergencies, you find most of our learners are not safe at all. And we need to do something about that.
At the same time, a peace lobby group in Kirinyaga County has today called on the residents to elect honest and incorruptible leaders in the August 9th polls. The Kirinyaga Committee of Eminent Persons on Peaceful Alternative Dispute Resolution Mechanism said the county requires leaders who are trustworthy to register massive economic growth. Led by the retired Anglican bishop, the Reverend Daniel Munene, the 15-member team asked candidates seeking gubernatorial seats in the region to avoid issuing inflammatory statements while on their campaign trail for the sake of peace. The team has been going round the region preaching peace and asking the candidates not to cause chaos should they lose in the polls.
County ambazo zinaambiwa kuna ushindani mkubwa zaidi. Kwa hivyo sisi tusipochukua hatua kama wanadini, viongozi wa dini na wale wengine wote eminent persons, tusipochukua hatua kwa mbele, tutakuja kulaumiwa baadaye.
Kama tungalitumia vile Mungu anatuambia mapenzi, hata ukiwa kiongozi wewe na ulikuwa umejitoa kuongoza Kirinyaga, hata kama ukipata ama hupati, usife moyo, ukuja kumsaidia yule, maana yeye hata yeye alikuwa anataka kuwa kiongozi. So we are saying hakuna haja ya kufanya uadui, tunatafuta viongozi na ni viongozi wa kweli.
Telling our youth, we are telling our